All right, back to the barn build. Just had a little unexpected surprise. So I'm getting ready to frame this side of the roof and got a few rafters up and took off this corner because I got to tie into my existing. And can you guys see, we've got a little wasp nest hidden in that corner. I don't know how I didn't get zapped, but I didn't. So we're gonna take care of that before moving on. Sometimes you just get lucky. But yeah, gonna continue to finish up the roof here. It's supposed to storm tomorrow. The last couple days have just been rough, so I haven't gotten out after my regular job. Just been too hot and humid, but today is semi-bearable. So if I can get this roof on, get it protected, let it rain, then I'll worry about the sidewalls later. So we'll check in here after disposal of the hornet nest. All right, well, I survived. No bee stings. The nest is gone. Got my framing ready to go. Got a couple sheets of steel on this side ready to be put up. So we are gonna start getting the north side of the roof on, and hopefully things go smoothly. I had some friends come by earlier. We have a RC club over at the neighbors there, and they had some kids, so they got to come and see the animals. Everyone was in the barn, but now, hey little Elle, the sun kind of went away, and everyone is kind of hitting some hay here. All the helpers. All right, well, let's get some steel on this roof.
Well, the first thing I wanted to do was get my purlins trimmed in the front, since the first panel for the steel roof was going to start in the front. So I measured 6 inches for the 6-inch overhang down at the bottom, put my string line there, measured the top for 6 inches, and then I snapped that line so I could get my skill saw up there and get those trimmed, since again that was going to be my first panel of steel starting off there. So now that that's done, we are ready to get that cut. Alright, now that the ends are cut, I was able to get my first piece of steel on that side of the roof, and wanted to get it all squared up and get the first screw in there so we would be ready to go and go across the north side there of the barn. It laid out really well.
All right, we have got one side of our ceiling on the roof on. This weather's still kind of funky. I'm not sure what's gonna happen, but I'm gonna try to get those 3 pieces of steel for the front, get this buttoned up before it decides to storm. All right, we got it. Got the roof, which I'm happy about. Hasn't stormed yet. We had this side, now we got this side, and I put one of those clear ridge caps in. That makes a world of difference in the barn. I wished I would have done that in the first section of my barn, but better late than never. But there is the whole roof. Feels good. I think what I'm gonna do now, I was talking to my daughter, we need hay storage, and we go into the back of the horse barn. So our barn over there on the back side can hold a couple hundred bales behind where the horses have their shelter. And I was looking at our barn here, and I've got 42 feet long, and I'm like 15 feet wide. So I'm thinking about bumping out this wall like 9 feet. That would still give me enough height where I'm not in trouble with anyone. Don't need a goat getting on that roof, that's for sure. So I might be doing that. I think I could get 300 bales, which would really be helpful for our hay storage. In the wintertime, it's hard to get hay bales. You just don't know. Last winter in Minnesota, we had just snow upon snow. I try to keep it open back here, but it's just not easy to do. But so that might be, the barn addition project may not be done. I'm thinking I'm going to do that bump out. It's just going to be the most economical way to do it. Makes the most sense. I want to build a big pole barn next to the house, to the right there. Not next to the house, but to the right of the house beyond my second pasture. But I just don't think this is going to be the year to do it. I think I'm going to hold off. So the main thing I need is hay storage. I can solve that. Plus, it'd be nice to be in the barn here with the little creatures. and when we feed them in the wintertime, we feed them in the barn, some stations. So that would be easier. Hey, Loki. My little helpers here are kind of tapped out. I don't blame them. Today has been kind of brutal, but I've just had to gut it out. There's only so many days that I can work with my regular job, and the weekends are one of them. The girls are at an event down in the cities, so I've got a smaller crew here, which makes it a little bit easier too. But I think what I'm going to do is get the front on here, get the front panels on. I'm not going to do the sides here because I think I'm talking myself into that addition. Hey Al, are you helping out? Yeah, thanks for that. Because all this steel right here is going to be moved this way. I'll still have a wall up between the animals and the hay, of course, but the outside steel will be 9 feet out. And then I'll just extend the roof, and I think that's going to be a pretty economical way of doing it. Do you agree, Al? Do you concur? You're like, no, I just want to get into stuff. So that is the plan. So I'm going to put the front on though, get it somewhat weather protected, and honestly that next addition probably is going to happen in the next week or so. I'm going to make it happen as quick as I can. All right, we beat the storm. The roof is on. I did get this side put back on. Like I said, we're going to do that bump out, so I didn't bother with it's a little more well ventilated right now. But I'm just happy that it's going to be storming tomorrow, and the barn is enclosed, ready to go. As long as the wind isn't blowing from that direction, we're in good shape. So we're just feeding everybody. The girls aren't back yet from their zoo. Pebbles is getting close to getting hey guys, getting out into the general population. Hey babies. We'll be doing the bump out project, and you guys can come along for that adventure too. Thanks guys for watching.